This is going to be a listening space. Everybody, I'm here, you're there. So for this first one, I wanted to get into something that's sort of very, it's a typical, it's very something where people can really relate to from any age. So, but it's not going to be I'm not going to do greatest hits, collections and things like that. So, but I'm going to get into some Pink Floyd, but I'm going to get into probably one of their, I would say, least known efforts, at least in their early, to mid period, and that is some of their soundtrack stuff. So I'm going to get into Zabriskie Point soundtrack, and there was 2 official tracks on the soundtrack, but there's also I think 3 or 4 that were on the sessions. So I'm not sure how finalized they were, how produced they were, but there's going to be some stuff I haven't heard. So anyway, let's get into it. I may stop somewhere in the song and just give a little bit of commentary, just for the YouTube and all that. But yeah, most of it is going to be, I want to be listening. I want to bring it to some people. I want people to, give me some information on it, if by all means they can, because information is hard to come by nowadays. They used to have magazines, they used to have all that. I'm going to read some, interviews and things like that, portions of interviews, snippets and stuff like that, to sort of give it a little bit more context and what the musicians were thinking, what they were at the time. So anyway, we're going to start off with the first track. Let's see what that is. This one was on the soundtrack. So these 2 I have heard before. This one's called Crumbling Land. I think this was a David Gilmour piece. I think they mixed up on this soundtrack, Roger Waters and David Gilmour. So there's a mix, and I think Roger Wright also had 1 track on here, an instrumental. But let's get into Crumbling Land. All right. Before they get right back into the main groove, I just want to say I've heard this song before. I love this guitar part, and basically the guitar and the cymbals. I've learned this guitar part. It's just 2 chords. It's like an A major down to a G major with some finger style playing, and then the cymbals it's very swingy. But like everyone, obviously with Pink Floyd, we know like they're very visual. With a lot of their material, and they're on this point, they really liked doing soundtracks. They'd done, I think, at least one other soundtrack at this point. I know they had discussed they liked doing it because it's, it fits their their vibe, sort of what they, their musical, what they like doing, and creating sort of these visual compatible pieces. Anyway, yeah, the guitar, the cymbal, the vocals. Yeah, I like the melody. I thought I was going to look at the lyrics. So maybe look at the lyrics because honestly, I was not a very lyrical-minded person when I first started. The first 5-10 years of listening to music, I didn't really focus on lyrics that much. I had to like the tone and the vocalist and everything like that and the melody and their talent, but I wasn't too looking at the lyrics and the poetics and stuff like that. So sometimes it's easy for me to just bypass the lyrics, but with some artists it's easier. With some artists they deserve a closer look, for sure. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna throw up a little picture from the CD that I got this from. They have some of the pictures at the time, but let's get back into it. I'm gonna rewind it another
Crumbling land, screaming, healing, moving land. Here we go, hold your nose and see if something blows. Close your eyes, count to 10 and see the sunrise rise. Climbing high into the sky. Are you meant to make on the finger of the king? On high the eagle spies the glitter of the gun, and wheeling in a climbing turn he flies into the sun.
So, yeah, some cool little audio. Yeah, not the or auto sounds. And they were kind of panning back and forth. The song itself, yeah, it's cool because it wasn't stereo. It almost sounded like it was multiple guitars because it was so full sounding. Just that one guitar, just filled the space. Just the guitar and the cymbals, it was like, filled up the whole space. I guess there was there some, yeah, maybe there was some slide. I thought I heard some of those little, yeah. I have to listen back to it again, but I think there was some little slide parts maybe with the guitar also creating these effects. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna run through the lyrics real quick just because I've never really looked at them before. They look like they're, it's gonna be hard to give a definitive idea, but in a while I'll find the time to make the sunshine mine. In a smile I saw a single eagle in the sky. Wheeling, soaring, gliding high, on a hill there lived a man with many shining things. Shiny gold, shiny car, and shiny diamond rings. Whining, dining, shining king. Now the eagle flies in clear blue skies, drinking in the clear blue well. Back here on the ground, another dealer coughs and dies. I don't know, yeah, dealer coughs and dies. But 50 more come rolling off the floor, production line. Then a man commuting like a village on the sand, in his hand a moving picture of the crumbling land. Screaming, dealing, movie man. Here we go. Hold your breath to see if something blows. Close your eyes, count till 10, and see the sunrise rise. Gliding high into the sky. By the holy mansion, let the guardian rise. Upon the finger of the king. On high the eagle flies, that glitter all of gold. When wheeling in a cloudy sky, he flies into the sun. Oh, this has songwriters, yeah, all four of them. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. It's definitely, they use a lot of the same imagery. Obviously, you have the eagles and the shining thing. It's probably, it's somewhat a criticism of the world for sure. Shiny things, the materialism. But yeah, definitely you got a lot of sky motifs, eagle. But I'll have to dig that into a little more. But interesting to see that, hear that. Anyway, that's that one. Like I said, heard that song, love it. I've wavered back and forth, the partial between Pink Floyd. You can't like one or the other, but their acoustic, their lighter stuff versus their harder stuff, later periods, obviously. But I do definitely have a space for their lighter stuff this period. Uma Guma and obviously the post Sid Barrett when they weren't doing much like lighter acoustic stuff during Sid Barrett a little bit. Anyway, let's jump. The next one. So the next one, the sound is on the soundtrack. I might jump back and hit that one later. But let me see. Coming number 5 was also on the soundtrack. That's one of their harder ones, and it's a predecessor to their metal song, which was what Careful with That Ex Eugene. So this was an earlier incarnation called Come In Number 51. Your time is up, and it's not as production wise, not as focused as Careful with That Ex Eugene, but the the vocal part is I'm going to cut you up in little pieces. This one's they got probably the gnarliest scream I've ever heard anybody do, and specifically, definitely in Pink Floyd era. So let's listen to that. We'll go right to that, and we'll do their other session pieces after. So coming number 1, coming number 51. Your time is up. Yeah, you can anticipate the danger, the melee that's about to happen. Let's jump into another one here. This is a good sit in the dark, scare the heck out of yourself song. Let's listen. Friday the 13th. Here it comes. Didn't have a constant progression. It was just, even though you're anticipating something, it slowed it down. It stepped back a little bit, which is brave in music. Oh, there's the soundtrack, so there. Nick Mason. Okay. Sorry, I gotta pause it in there. It was just starting to go into a little bit of different groove there, with the bass going into maybe double time, or even like a steady 4/4. So God, that is so hard. That's those. I forgot it was. I thought it was like one scream, but it went on for a good 30 seconds, 45 seconds. But that is, yeah, without a doubt. If you want to hear Pink Floyd just unleashed, even more than their, their echoes, metal. Careful with that axe live. That stuff is great. It's got great momentum. It's got great a build up. But this one, yeah, just the vocal line, the screaming is crazy. So yeah, I have to appreciate it just for that. If you want to just freak people out, like, hey, have you heard that one? All right. Yeah, there was so much going on. I was listening for keyboard, anything. So I'm not sure if he was in there. I couldn't hear any Richard Wright stuff. I heard guitars on this side. I heard another guitar on that side. Overdubs and obviously the vocal parts. I don't know I assume that was Roger Waters. It sounded like Roger Waters. Gilmour doesn't scream that much as far as I know. But yeah, the drums coming in the beginning, Nick Mason, love the sound of his drums. They sound so natural and just so, bombastic. But they're, the intro, they're and then just, So I just wanted to say that. Let's finish this off. I don't know how much. Yeah, there's only like another minute left. But it's just, powerful. I don't know where it would fit in with a movie. It seems a little bit would take the center stage on that, but let's hit it. Keyboard in the background. I heard that. So there was, right at the end, you heard everything go out, and you did hear organ or something going on there. So it was very much in the background, just like a foundational drone, maybe, but it was there, just filling up the space. To me, I don't know. I obviously have more experience playing guitars and things, but you have to appreciate other instruments. Obviously, I would, if on that one, I just feel like, I wouldn't. The guitar is like filling the space, but the bass, sometimes the bass would be the most fun to play on that, just because it's driving the underlying tone and feel the whole piece, and just keeps everything moving. And just by cutting time or adding a note here and there, you affect it so much more than with the guitar dropped out for 5 seconds or didn't. It's like, oh, you wouldn't miss it. Anyway, yeah, that one, love. So the main 2 tracks of Zabriskie Point are a really cool counterpoint. One of them is just super hard. The other one's like this sort of pastoral, nice acoustic guitar with nice little bridge. And the lyrics, obviously, if people picked up on them, worthwhile to listen to. I really appreciate if you get something out of this. I mean, I know this album, I'm sure everybody has not heard this album, even people who really like Pink Floyd. I'm sure this has slipped under the radar a little bit. So that's why I wanted to do this album, because that's what I want to do. I want to kind of uncover some of the hidden gems, of music, and not even just rock. I want to do a lot of different genres. There's something I like about a lot of genres, and I want to get into, find the audience that's willing to open themselves up to some different genres and the talents, musicians in that field. So I'm going to put up some polls, because for some upcoming episodes, I want to, obviously this first few, I'm just going to kind of go into stuff that I feel comfortable with, stuff that I've had some interaction with, but I'm going to try to find some that I haven't heard also, to sort of keep that essence, with the channel. Again, this is going to be the end of this one. I really appreciate it if you get some of this. I'm going to put up some polls to try to get a gauge of where everybody's at, and try to get more content, more ideas of what people want to what people want to share with, what people want to uncover, what people are really interested in sharing themselves. So that's, and again, look at my description on the channel. I'm going to put sort of a little bit of my bio there, and my wants and wish list for the channel, what I want it to be, what I hope it to be, and I look forward to starting this journey with everybody. Okay, we'll see you on the next one. Take care.